Which PC would you choose, spooky or cutesy?
This is why we can't have women in tech. Don't do that.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Zoe. Sometimes I build cool computers, and it's been a minute since I've built my last computer. 6 months ago, I built my husband this beautiful purple lavender Y70, and I have been itching, I have been fiending to get my hands on another PC and customize it. I've had this idea in my head for a really long time, a vampire Cathedral Y70, and lo and behold, I have this leftover black Y70 touch from the first time I collaborated with Height back in the day. It surprises me to say maybe over a year and a half ago now, that really sparked my interest into computers. And speaking of that original video, this video in particular is not going to be a breakdown on every single component or a tutorial on how to build the PC. It definitely is going to show more interest into the creative side of it, as this is my first time really going out and decorating the exterior of a PC. But if you're new here and you have no idea what I'm talking about and you don't know computer components, I would definitely recommend, and this is not just a YouTuber trying to get more views on her videos, I would definitely recommend checking out my first Y70 video when I first got this case, because I do an extensive breakdown notes section on every single component that goes into a functioning PC, and I feel like that information is a little bit important if you're trying to follow along a video. So today's video is not going to have a notes section dedicated to necessarily what every component does and what every component is. I will have like a little section explaining the exteriors and the customizations that I plan to be making to this PC, but for those of you, I have quite literally gotten hundreds of requests since coming out with my custom water-cooled pink PC that is quite literally over here. Don't look at the RGB, I need to reconfigure my lighting. But I will have a note section at the end of the video, so please stick around if you are interested in purchasing a pre-build from myself. Yes, one of the most exciting things about this cross-country move is the second I am settled in my new house in the state of Washington, I am hitting the ground running, getting an LLC set up, getting a business set up, writing off parts of my house as an office room. I am going balls to the wall, very professional with my new project, Zombie Tech Gaming. I've always had a fixation with zombies ever since I was little. My wall is covered in brains and my name is Zoe Bay, and just like something about that's zombie to me. And I really want to create very spooky pre-builds using fan covers from my website and even making custom things like we are going to be doing today for this cathedral build. And my company is going to pride itself on being able to supply mid-range, lower range, and high-range computers, all based on what the customer's need is, because I know a lot of the people watching me now are fairly young. I can see my demographics, and I love that. I love that a younger audience is seeing my content, and I'm a girl building a computer, and I didn't have a girl building a computer to watch as a kid, so that's cool. But for beginner computers, I really do believe, unless you're using hefty programs or are a pro gamer by any chance, you don't need the highest specs, you don't need the newest parts. I will better describe everything in the notes section towards the end of this video. I am just yapping at a camera right now and don't really have a script to be going off of. As of right now, I think we should jump into a little sketch portion of this video where I describe exactly what we're going to be doing to get all the external parts onto this PC, and then we're going to throw all of these parts into this case. It's going to be totally cool to see my original Y70 Touch get some love again, as it's been sitting in my closet since I upgraded to their strawberry milk Y70. Really excited that this is my first ever pre-build for somebody else. And in this case scenario, I only live a couple hours away from this person, so I will be bringing this PC to them and setting it up at their gaming setup and recording at their gaming setup as the final conclusion. Realistically, I'm probably not going to live close enough to you to bring your PC to you and set it up for you. This is just the one instance where I can do that and say goodbye to my friends, as this is probably one of the last times I'm going to see them before I move across country. But just use this build as kind of an example, and towards the end I will be breaking down what more so my business is going to look like. Guys, it's getting professional! Very excited to move forward with this pre-building company, not just because I do feel like that's where my passion lies, but also My chronic illness has gotten so much worse. You guys have seen me talk about it in a lot of videos, and I have realized that the 9 to 5 just doesn't agree with my very chronically ill body, and to be my own boss means I can manage my own hours, meaning that for whatever reason I am such a night owl. Like, the majority of the videos that you guys see, I'm editing at 2 in the morning. I am a night owl, and my symptoms of my conditions, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and POTS, honestly are reacting the best at night. No 9 to 5 is gonna be able to accommodate my medical conditions the way I can accommodate my own medical conditions. And that's why I need to be my own boss, guys. Let's get into my little sketchy portion now, where I'm gonna show you guys exactly what cathedral vibes we're going for. Something I do for all of my projects, whether it be computers or customizing my wheelchair, will always be make a sketch of what I hope the final product ends up looking like beforehand, kind of manifesting that everything comes out right. Pinterest is a big resource for me for finding inspiration photos, so here's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I'm going for a very dark gothic cathedral vibe, with the main colors being black and red. I'm also taking huge inspiration from two of my mutuals who have made insane builds recently. Techlin with their afternoon tea PC. It is built on a pink Y70 touch and it just looks so sick. This is what originally got my gears turning on some kind of building surrounding the case of the Y70. And then Tech Tesseract uploaded this super sick underwater themed PC with kind of a similar Colosseum vibe going on around the PC, and these two seriously got my gears turning on what should I do. In the past, I've done these fan covers across 3 120 NZXT fans, and a lot of people say it almost comes off as stained glass, so I know that was something that I really wanted to incorporate into this cathedral build because cathedrals are known for having stained glass. I wanted to incorporate some kind of pillaring similar to my mutuals builds. I think the pillars just look so cool going around the shape of the Y70. It's a really good build if you're to build some kind of house off of it. But I also wanted to incorporate some kind of creepy Tim Burton-esque fencing and use lots of texture and baddie motifs, particularly gargoyles, for that very like stark gothic vibes. You guys remember that Gargoyles TV show? I don't remember exactly what it was called, but I remember growing up and seeing it and thinking the animation style was so cool. Bring back 90s and early 2000s gothic cartoons, please. The goal is a gothic Tim Burton-y vibe feeling vampire cathedral surrounding the black Y70 touch case, and then me setting all of the RGBs to a similar shade of a deep red, while also using fan covers to give a stained glass window effect on the inside of the cathedral, and potentially taking the background I used for the fan covers to make some kind of cathedral window background for the touchscreen itself. And I want to black out pretty much everything out. I don't want too much drawing attention on the inside of the PC because I don't want it to take away from all the textures and things going on the outside of the PC. I am very fortunate that whenever I have a sketch and can't quite visualize it in 3D, my lovely husband steps in. Brandon uses a program called Cinema 4D, and how he created this cathedral was a combination of some free or buyable STL files. So these are just segments and parts and pieces that we use chopped up to create this 3D thing. And I'll link the STL files that we use down in the description down below in case there's any parts that you're like, hey, I want to use that for my own project. But Brandon did make some of these custom items. In an ideal world, if we had a little bit more time to dedicate to this build, because we did have to build it kind of quick under a time frame because we are moving, we would have made the entire build custom from scratch. But in this scenario, we did either buy some assets or download other assets and combine it with some personal assets that we made ourselves. But overall, I think it comes out as something very cool and very unique put together. Now, I will say we have a very small 3D printer. This is one of the smaller ones, and we only have one. The amount of days we had to dedicate to printing, let alone how some of these prints get chopped in half and we have to glue them together and then sand them and paint them and everything. Especially with how our fan cover business has been going. We've had many a time now where we get a big influx of order of fan covers and we are printing all day every day, and that's really hard on a 3D printer. And if one order has a hiccup, it puts on hold all the rest of the orders. So we really have been thinking about getting a second 3D printer in the future. It would just make all of our business a little bit faster. So Elagoo, if you want to collaborate at any point in time, let a girl know, because I would love to. Y'all have the best 3D printer or filament printer out there. Take a lot of inspiration from NerdForge and their husband, and they did a video where it was like a month of learning Blender, and her husband learned Blender together. Brandon's been wanting to learn Blender for some time as he works in Cinema 4D, and I would love to take inspiration and do some kind of video like that where me and Brandon really sit down and learn the programs officially. I really don't know much about 3D programs. I think it's so cool from an outside perspective. I just haven't had the time to sit and dedicate to learning it. So I do depend on Brandon in these parts, and I'm incredibly grateful that he knows what he's doing on that element, because I just bring him the sketch and I say, help me bring it to life, and he's always there to help. Behind every video, Brandon's there too. He's either behind the camera or helping me with the 3D, and I appreciate it so much. Have I been recording, or am I just talking to myself?
It's recording.
Okay.
Can we start over? Just to,
No, that's fine.
okay. Just to give you a cut.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess. After multiple days of printing, we have all of our parts going. Now I have to fill the PC with components and make sure it runs. Not necessarily the most interesting, but let's go for it. We have our old Y70 Touch black height case, all just cleaned up and nice here, and I kept all of its remaining exterior screws and everything in this Tupperware container. Let's get this case opened up. With the height cases, they just pop off. Motherboard. Guess what, guys? This time we're building with an AM5, so you guys can stop bullying me in the comments for building with an AM4 that last time. Why do they baby-proof the motherboard? Trash. European Union regulatory notices. Quick installation guide. I don't need this. We got our motherboard on its box, ready to install our RAM and our storage. We have our WD Black 2TB storage I'm gonna throw into the motherboard. And WD Black, if you're seeing this, I know you guys recently put out a pink storage drive. Real though, if you guys want to send over the pink storage drive, I would be happy to review it because it is very cute. We got our RAM and storage in, let's put it in the case. We got our AMD Ryzen 7 7700X. Yeah, let's install it. Where's my Hello Kitty knife? Hello Kitty knife? Oh wait, so much packaging, such a little processor chip. And here's a lovely processor chip. I want to eat it with a side of sour cream and onion dip. Does anybody actually ever use their CPU stickers? It's what's like on a laptop at the very bottom to say what series and what version processor whatever thing has, but I have never used one of these ever in my life. Yeah. Let's get this bad boy installed. Let's talk about our CPU cooler situation, because there is one. I had next order on Amazon an NZXT screened cooler similar to the one that I had in my original Y70 touch build in this case, and what came in the mail was a little peculiar. It definitely looked used. It didn't necessarily look broken, but definitely used. The thing that gave it away the most is it should come with 3 black NZXT fans, and instead it came with 3 gray height fans, which I guess isn't too much of an issue considering I didn't intend on the CPU cooler to have RGB fans. I just wanted black fans. It really doesn't matter to me what brand these fans are from. These are from Height. The original owner put the wrong fans inside their box when returning it, and they returned their Height case fans. Whatever, it is what it is, but I will have to give these gray fans a little spray of black spray paint. Am I a little salty that they sent back a used product? Absolutely, for sure. But at the same time, if it works, it works. But for now, let's go get these spray painted. And you can definitely tell the CPU cooler has been used because the radiator is riddled with little dents, none of which big enough that I think it would impact how the radiator works. I think they're just cosmetic dents. But we're gonna move forward with this. Got our thermal paste, we're gonna install this radiator and the fans for the CPU cooler. Hopping over here. Aww. Hi. You done? You want to come sit here? Yeah. Here, come here. We might as well put these front 2 in. Restart. You need to put your input in? Height Y70 cases aren't necessarily supposed to house 2 120mm fans here. It's supposed to be for one 140mm fan. But if you squeege it in and then you scoot your radiator up the tiniest bit, you should be able to fit 2 along this side. Y'all, it wouldn't be a proper vampire doll build if we didn't run into a hiccup along the way. So as we know, the CPU cooler is very much so used, and in turn, they didn't include all of the thumb screws, only 2. And they also didn't include the very essential AMD bracket that's supposed to hold your CPU cooler onto your CPU. So basically we're fucked. No, it is easily fixable. We can find replacements. For the time being, we got as far as we can. I think we can install the radiator, and we're gonna install the power supply, clean everything up, and put it aside for today, and pick back up with at least some of the cosmetic stuff tomorrow. It's okay, you gotta anticipate these kinds of things, especially if you're working with used parts. I'm not mad about it. It'll just take couple more days than originally intended. We're gonna install our power supply. If I look like I'm covered in cat hair, it's because I am covered in cat hair. A week later and we are back with a brand spanking new AMD bracket I got to replace. This has been an eventful project and the only thing giving me grief right now is this CPU cooler. So today we're gonna get it installed, get the PC up and running, and tomorrow we will decorate, which is the part that is what I'm more excited for. Let's get this CPU cooler installed in the PC. So over the span of a week or two, we accumulated any parts that we were missing along the way or any replacement parts. And we're finally here to test and see if this thing boots up. Except I'm a liar. I've already tested it and I've troubleshooted some stuff and I set up the RGB. It gives me nostalgia for the first time I built a PC in this case. So we're not leaving off at just fan covers. We have all of our external parts printed and painted. Let's get them on. Brandon installed magnets into the back of each piece that'll stick directly onto the case. It's so cool, and like with every project we have, we certainly hit some road bumps, but I think the final product makes it so worth it. Right now, as I'm filming, is literally the day before I go take this PC back to Nex's house. We worked on it all the way up until the very last second. Yes, we did. It's actually midnight right now. We finished this up, we got all of the footage of it, and I am obsessed. I'll be honestly kind of a little jealous. I want a Cathedral PC now. I really hope you guys liked this project. I know it wasn't as in-depth and notesy as some of my last PC builds, but it's just because I really wanted to focus on the customization portion of this PC. It just went to sleep, hold on. Building custom stylized PCs is something that brings me so much joy, even if there's a bunch of road bumps along the way. Every project comes with hiccups. This one sure did. This one sure did. Brandon's was actually quite easy. But that's enough yapping. Let's get this computer over to Nex's house. It's the next day and we are on our way to drop off Nex's PC. And I will say, having POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, in this 100-degree weather is killing me. It's killing me. It's killing me. I got my barf bag ready for when I inevitably get horrendously car sick. I have the air conditioner, which I'm sure you hear, running as loud as I can. I have this fan that has the power of a small jet engine. And I also next put me on these pop compress cold packs. I have a handful of them. I've already used one because I almost threw up. But you pop them, they get really cold, then you hold it on yourself. Brandon's pumping gas right now, but this is a huge reason why I'm moving back to Washington, y'all. Looking at the radar, it is 70 degrees in Washington. 70. It's a mild day. It's so hot, bro. I cannot do this. And what the hell? Just like that terrifying rainstorm's over? Okay. We're here. Let's get this computer built. Hi, honey. No, you're fine. Hi, honey. This is Nessie. She's a cutie patootie. And she brings me her little ball to throw. Powered up. Powered up. Let it boot. Let it boot. Dracula fucking fell again. Sorry. This doll. Next. Your doll's haunted. Oh, it keeps falling. I'm destroying your setup. I'm sorry. We got the PC set up. We got all the colors of the RGB matched up. Now we're gonna let Next in because they've been waiting outside in the hot heat. Sorry. To see the final product. All right, let's go.
Oh my god.
I did rearrange a couple little things on your desk, sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Oh my god, it's so big!
You like it?
I love it! Oh my god, it's so
Here.
much bigger in person.
This video is not done yet. No. I know there is a demographic of you after seeing these videos that might be interested into looking into how to sign up for pre-builds and pre-build pricing. I said at the beginning that there wasn't going to be a notes section specifically for the build portion of this video, but I am going to jump to a notes section about how to sign up for pre-builds and how I would do pricing. So let's jump to mini cartoon version of me and what she's got to say about pre-builds because I have a script for that. Guys, I'm up. Today I'm here to announce the grand opening of my business that I've been working on for about a year now, Zombie Tech Gaming LLC. It is a computer pre-building company. I'm gonna make spooky custom computers, along with still selling my accessories like my fan covers, mouse pads, and device wraps. I definitely sized down my inventory of mouse pads and device wraps from my last website, vampiredoll.com, because keeping inventory of so many items was becoming really overwhelming, and if I want to focus on this computer building aspect of my company, I need to dial it back with the more merchy side. I'm really excited today though to break down my pricing and scheduling of Zombie Tech Gaming pre-build. And I did mess up, and I hope you guys forgive me, but today's video was supposed to be very cutesy animated style like I do for my notes section of my computer build videos. And here I am 2 days before the launch, and my Premiere file died. It fully corrupted and I lost days of work. And my initial feeling was very devastated, obviously. I tried everything I could do to recover as much as I could, but then I had this like lingering feeling of almost relief because I really didn't like how the animation was going so far. I was kind of just rolling with it, and now I just feel free to say what I need to say without the limits of my animation holding me back multiple hours. The light just died, hold on. This light's a little bit dimmer. But in the spirit of my little notes section videos, I will have my mini-me over here, kind of Lizzie McGuire style, and she's gonna help me today present all this stuff that we need to go over so you guys know how to schedule your PC building dreams with me. I can't wait to make your guys' PC dreams a reality. Like seriously, this is my dream come true, and I feel incredibly privileged and grateful to even have this opportunity to make this business and have a little business for myself where I can manage my chronic illness at home, but simultaneously do what I love and make money from it. The middle of the night and my file quite literally just corrupted, and I feel almost like I could do this better if I just tell you guys directly into the camera, so you're not getting like full glam makeup anything. I'm in my pajamas, my hair is greasy, I'm sorry. But it is what it is. So today we're going to be breaking down pricing, scheduling, what to do, how to do, if you guys want a computer custom built by me and my husband Brandon. I have my sketchbook here full of notes that I'm going to be referencing off camera just to make sure I hit all of my talking points. But today we're going to be breaking down how to schedule in my scheduling list for a pre-built custom PC zombie type gaming style, along with our 3 tiers of pricing and 3 tiers of customization. Now I want to put this disclaimer out there because I know I'm gonna get comments out the gate. It is cheaper for you to get your own components and build your own PC from scratch. I will not lie to you guys and say that it would be cheaper to hire a pre-builder to build your PC, because honestly that's not the truth whatsoever. But I do acknowledge, for the average person who doesn't know much about electronics and just wants a computer to have, whether you're a student or somebody who works a 9 to 5, not everybody has the same amount of time to invest into computer building like a YouTuber has. I completely understand why people would want pre-builds, and I'm really happy to finally be able to offer that to you guys. Now I have 2 Debbie Downers I want to say out the gate, so this doesn't throw anybody off too much. The first one, shipping will be US only. It's a total bummer. Probably for the first year or 2 of doing this, I'm gonna have shipping as US only because tariffs have really hiked up the pricing of shipping back and forth, especially big packages like a big computer shipping across country lines. It's just incredibly expensive and super scary insurance wise. It is incredibly expensive to insure a large, like 45-pound package from America to Switzerland across sea. It is just, with the tariffs and everything, I'm not open to dealing with that just yet. My fan covers and accessories on my website still should be available internationally as they always were, but for bigger things like these PC pre-builds, I am so sorry. It's gonna have to be US only for a little bit. Additionally, I know a lot of you guys found me originally from my custom water cooling build here. And as much as I love that build and would love to offer custom water cooling right now, I think I want to get a couple builds under my belt, learning the shipping process and everything of just shipping computers with AIO coolers first. That's a bridge I want to cross a little bit later after I get a couple builds under my belt and happy customers receiving their PCs safely, because shipping custom water cooling is definitely a little bit more scary. And that also includes me making a video on how to fill and drain your water cooling loop, which I already have the footage for, I've just yet to edit. So I guess those are the disclaimers I want to give out the gate. It's cheaper to build your own PC, but if you want to support a pre-builder, I'd love to be that pre-builder for you. US shipping only right now, super sorry. And water cooling to be determined, probably coming soon. But let's get into breaking down our price tiers. Now I know the major question, Zoe, what are these PCs gonna cost like? And I wish I could give you guys a direct number. Everything about PC building is so variable because the PC component market is ever changing almost daily. Parts are never consistent prices, they change on a daily basis. My company is gonna really pride itself on giving you that customization experience. Not everybody has the same needs for a computer. Some college student who just wants to watch YouTube videos and play a little peek on Discord with their friends is not gonna need the same strength of computer as somebody who wants to professionally stream on multiple platforms, or somebody who wants to use 3D modeling programs such as me and Brandon. And I gotta put this disclaimer out there, as silly as it sounds, but it doesn't come with a keyboard, monitors, and a mouse. It is just a PC. I wish I could do that for you guys. I would love to like customize somebody's setup completely. I just do the computer part. PCs vary in pricing so much, especially based on like the newness of your parts. The lower end PC might be in the 1,500, 1,600 range with the builder's fee and like customization fees on it, whereas a higher end PC could be in the 3,000 range. PCs are not a cheap hobby, and I'm sorry about that. I wish they were a cheap hobby. And then don't even get me started on water cooling. Custom water cooling is a bit more expensive as well. Luckily for me, like, I have all the custom water cooling tools already, so it's just a matter of buying more compression fittings in PETG. Custom water cooling is expensive. So I can't give you an exact number out the gate, but what I can do is give you the formula that I'll be using to calculate your custom computer price based on your wants, needs, and customization desires. Let's break down the equation. It's super simple. The price of your computer equals the price of your PC components. Obviously, I need to get the components in order to build the PC, so it's gotta cover the price of your components, plus your builder's fees, which are broken up into two separate fees. The first being your customization fee. Customizations can vary so much from computer to computer. If you're just a person who wants 5 of our fans already available on our website, if they're patterns that we've already created, that's just gonna be $50. I wouldn't charge you guys any more than what's already on the website that you could have bought yourself. I'm just gonna install them for you. But if you wanted more like customized fan covers personal to you that aren't already readily available on our website, we would charge a little bit of a higher customization fee, going from like $50 to maybe $75. The second tier of customization would be some kind of interior customization, like a set of fan covers, plus a little bit of exterior decoration, like this Kuromi PC I did. And our third tier of customization is more extreme, like this Cathedral PC I did that has a full set of interior fan covers and a full exterior model. Your pricing is going to be somewhere dependent in this range, ranging from $50 of stuff that's just already on my website to more customized stuff going into the $200 to $250, maybe even $300 zone, depending on how much time it takes custom 3D modeling your parts that we need to print for your computer, and like replacing filament for the 3D printer that we use to print stuff for your computer. Like this Cathedral build, filament's about $25 a spool, and this Cathedral build used almost 2 spools of it. That's $50. Customization fee covers the expense of the materials and time it took to make your customization. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory. And it's not just printing, like we could do painting, and I have a Cricut now, so I could do like vinyl on your glass as well. The options are really endless when it comes to customization. I'm super excited to see what ideas you guys bring to me, stuff that I never even thought of, but just expect your customization fees to be somewhere in this ballpark range. And the second half of the builder's fee is my labor fee. This is a flat rate that I put on any PC build to ensure that at the end of the day, I'm still taking in revenue, a profit. I need to keep the bills paid, I need to stay afloat and keep my business afloat, and without turning a little bit of a profit on each build I do, I'm not going to be able to keep this business going because I can't invest back into it. The flat fee is $250. That is the only thing that is not variable. It doesn't correlate to how expensive your parts are or how much customization you do. A flat fee of $250 is just a fee of me accumulating the list of parts that are all compatible for each other within your price range and assembling the PC. And lastly, the customer pays for shipping and insurance. It would be foolish of me to run a computer building company and ship out several $1,000 computers that are custom and pre-built and then not insure them. So I will be insuring each package for the price of what the PC inside is worth. So in case, God forbid, knock on wood, anything were to happen to your PC during shipping, I can get the money back from what the PC is worth, and we can restart your project so I can get it back out to you. We're figuring out the approximate weight, measurement, and expense it would be to ship a fully packaged PC. Adding a little extra weight to the package, considering we don't have packing foam at this very instant, but packing foam will put on a little extra weight to this fully built computer. Okay, we're getting our weights around 43.5 pounds, depending, because you're shaking a lot. Off camera, I took the measurements of the height box as 22 inches by 21.5 inches to 16 inches depth. And with those measurements, I took them into Pirate Ship and calculated out the shipping. To get a good idea of the expense of some farther out shipping, I calculated the distance from my business address here in Washington to the farthest state I can think of, Maine. The shipping sits at around $100 without insurance, but I will be insuring each package I send out. It's too much of a liability not to. That makes your shipping around the $200 mark if it's just a height box like this one. If you wanted an entire customized computer in a height case, plus say the external Cathedral parts, I more than likely will have to ship in multiple boxes. So really dependent on how much I'm going to be shipping for you, or if everything can fit into the computer's original case box, shipping's probably going to look between $200 to $250. So the price of your PC is completely variable and goes on that equation of the price of your computer equals the price of your components, the customization and labor fee, and shipping and insurance. Lastly, and arguably the most important part of this process is the scheduling. Personally, me, if I were investing thousands of dollars into a custom project, I would want to talk one-on-one with the person building it so I could make sure that my vision is going to be made to exactly what it needs to be. And I'm offering you guys that same chance. On my brand new website, zombietechgaming.com, there's a page specifically for scheduling our one-on-one Google Meet meeting. It'll be a very short, very brief meeting, like 20 to 45 minutes at the most, depending on how complex your build is going to be. In this meeting, we will talk over what you want to use your computer for, so what parts I think will work out best for that, and what customizations you want to do to your computer. But the one caveat of scheduling with Squarespace is notorious for bots getting your domain email and scheduling a bunch of times with you, or emailing you a bunch of times trying to book with you. And it's just bots trying to advertise you SEO sale collection stuff. And there is one way to counteract that. Yes, there is. Scheduling will have a $25 consultation fee, but rest assured, as we move forward with your PC build, that $25 is going to be refunded into the total price of your PC. So if you're actually going into this and are ready for a pre-build, that $25 shouldn't throw you off too much, but it would throw off a bot trying to sell me SEO collective stuff. It is the most annoying thing ever. Now, I've yapped a lot, and I know it can be hard to follow. So I'm gonna give like kind of a brief summary of a scenario of which I think the average person scheduling a pre-build would be like with me. So to start, you have your idea, you want to bring it to me. You file your $25 scheduling fee, and we pick a day to do a Google Meet. We have our Google Meet, it's 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. Brandon and I run down all of your different options for current day pricing builds. Like I said before, with the pricing market being different every day, we will give you like that day pricing and show you guys the list that we've put together for you then. We'll have two different versions of each tier pricing of PC, an AMD and an Intel version if you'd like to choose from one or the other. We'll talk over the parts you want. Say you want a lower tier PC. You don't need something 5000 series. You don't need to go all out. You're just a 20-something that goes to college. Okay, we want you to get the best bang for your buck PC-wise as well. Here's a list of components that we think would work best for you in a case that you like most. You tell us the customizations you want on your PC. You just want a full set of fan covers and a little bit of exterior stuff. We got you. We're gonna run down your total pricing of all your components, the customization stuff. Your shipping's probably gonna be around the $200 area, and that flat builder's fee of $250. Now, what's not gonna be available on my website is listings for you to just buy a PC. It's not gonna be like that. The only thing that's gonna be available to you guys fresh out the gate is that scheduling link and that $25 copay. But after we have our little Zoom meeting consultation, like directly after, I will send you a custom link on my website of your custom PC price, because all PCs are going to be costing different things, right? And once I get that confirmation on our end that you made that payment, you hit that order now button, we're going to move forward with ordering all your components to our business. Rest assured, after you hit that order now button, there's not going to be a moment of time that we're not going to be in contact, because I'm going to be giving regular updates throughout this entire process. It's sketches I drew for the custom 3D printing and 3D modeling that we've done behind the scenes for your build. Obviously, when I ship it out, you guys are going to get all the tracking information as well, so you can watch that closely and see when it gets delivered. And God forbid, if anything were to happen and we were to receive a component and it's a little wonky. It's happened to me before. My custom water cooling didn't happen easy peasy. No. They shipped me a faulty reservoir before I got a good one. It happens sometimes with computer builds, and that's why my husband and I are going to extensively test your components before it gets shipped out to you. We're going to run it through a test, and if anything's acting wonky, if anything's acting weird, or if anything has visible damage that we notice upon arrival, we're going to send it back to the manufacturer. They'll give us a replacement. And speaking of replacements, speaking of warranties, speaking of terms and conditions, I have a whole section on my website that goes more into depth of it. Us at Zombie Tech Gaming can't give you guys a specific Zombie Tech Gaming warranty. What we do is give you guys the warranty from the manufacturer of your components. But hopefully if there's any issues, my husband and I testing the computers before they go out, we would catch them before you would. And that's why communication is so important for my company, truly, because I can give you like an estimate like, hey, your PC is gonna be done in a month from now, because it takes 2 weeks for the stuff to get to us, a week for us to build it, and a week for it to get to you. But if we get like a faulty part, it might postpone your build for a little bit, and I would much rather be like, have open communication between me and you. Hey, your GPU came busted, we sent it back, the manufacturer is sending a new one. Communication is throughout the entire process on our end. If you guys want to read more into our warranty and terms and conditions, it's on the website. I don't just recommend it, I probably implore it. Read through it before you schedule with us. Lastly, I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions about people who just want fan covers, just want accessories. We still have mouse pads. We still have a lot of our accessories, fan covers, mouse pads, wraps available on the website for you guys to order separately. But Zoe, what if I have a computer but I want you to make me a custom exterior for it, but I have a computer that perfectly works fine? Reach out to me about that. I'm being so for real. Just use the scheduling as if you were buying a pre-build with a little note. Hey Zoe, I don't need a full computer, but I want you to make me a cottage core house to go around my computer. Okay, let's do this. Your $25 consult fee will go into whatever price the customization is. Honestly, this formula, it also works if you just took out the component price because you're not buying a computer. Builder's fee would be a lot less considering I'm not building you a computer. If custom externals and custom fan covers is something you're interested in and you don't need a full computer, feel free to use my scheduling little port there as for that. I'm never going to be offended if you schedule something with me and you're like, hey, I don't need a full computer, I need XYZ for the outside of my computer, can you customize it for me? I'll take your $25 consult fee, put it towards whatever customization I end up doing. So it's not just a console scheduling port for PC builds, it's also like I can customize your exteriors, fan covers, whatever. I really want to pride myself on having a customizable experience with my consumer base. I want us to communicate, I want us to build something, I want to bring your dream to real life. And I'll probably film YouTube videos for some of these builds. I wouldn't say I'm going to film every single PCI build, but for sure I'm going to make a lot of short form content using these PCs to advertise for more pre-builds. I'll absolutely film YouTube videos on some builds that I'm really excited for. The price of your PC is just the price of your components, your customizations, your builder's fee, shipping, and insurance, which sounds like a lot, but at the end of the day is what I gotta do, baby. I gotta make a little bit of profit so I can keep this business going, because if I don't make any profit, I can't keep this business going. I need to insure your guys' packages because I'd rather you guys lose out on $100 insuring a package, and if anything were to happen, you're not losing thousands of bucks uninsured. So I really can't give you guys a direct number out the gate. That's why I don't have listings available on the website for you guys to just directly buy. This really is a one-on-one. We need to have a conversation and communicate on what your needs for a computer are. You can get a good judgment on where your computer sits between a range of 1,600, 1,700 range lower end with those builder fees and customization to like 3,500 for somebody who's a real big baller and wants really nice parts. I want you guys to have good computers at good prices, but understand that building a computer yourself will obviously cost less than hiring us as pre-builders to do it. But not everybody wants to build their own PC, and not everybody has access to a 3D printer like we do, or a Cricut machine like we do, or 5+ years of graphic design like we do. And I'm more than happy to bring your guys' vision to real life, to have a job where I can manage my chronic illness at the same time. 9 to 5 was killing me. I work best in the middle of the night, if you guys can't already tell. So I hope this price breakdown helps make sense of a very tricky and confusing question of what is your price of your computer, because somebody could build this cathedral build with the nicest parts, and somebody could also build this cathedral build with the worst parts, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it look almost damn near the exact same. And something that I do like about using Squarespace as a website is they offer payment plans. I feel a little iffy about advertising payment plans, knowing that they always have like kind of a shady credit history background. I mean, I built my first PC on a payment plan, paying off those parts over time. A lot of people modern day use payment plans to pay off PC parts because they kind of are notoriously expensive. Nobody I know that is just working a 9-to-5 in this economy has a couple bands to drop on a PC ready to go, unless they've been saving for a long time. So a payment plan was what helped me get my first PC, and I understand for a lot of people who need a PC for like college work, like that is an expense that sometimes is more justified like that. I don't care how you guys pay, as long as you pay me. But on a serious note, I am so grateful. I am so privileged. I am so lucky. I have lucky girl syndrome to be able to have the opportunity to be my own boss and build computers for people as a career. I looked up that job title and what they make hourly in Washington State, but the job title, oh, computer build technician. That sounds so professional. It's so silly. It's so silly. I'm just a 24-year-old teenage girl. I'm excited to do something I love. For money. I do. I make these jokes. I am a girl who jokes at heart. But seriously, I don't want to cry when I talk about it. You guys have no idea how grateful I am for just people who watch. No pressure to buy anything from my site ever. Seriously, that is never the point. I never want to like make you guys feel obligated to do something that you feel pressured to do, because truly at the end of the day, you guys watching, you guys supporting this journey along with me, me getting my EIN, setting up an LLC, video chatting in Notary Place, and people just supporting me through that has been greater than I could have ever expected or asked for. Welcome back, and I hope that sounds good to you guys. I'm trying to be as fair with my pricing as I possibly can, but still, you know, make a living wage out of it. Of course, how to sign up for pre-builds will also be linked down in the description as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one, although I filmed this months ago, so by the time you're seeing it, it's been a couple months from now. I might already have another build video made and ready for you guys, so stay tuned. Bye!